Hey there. Hi there. Hyde here. Today we're going to be playing the visual novel, Petrichor. Petrichor is a word that most people probably hadn't heard of unless they were fans of Doctor Who for a very long time. It is the smell of damp, humid, decaying material after a rainstorm. That's essentially what it is. Those volatile aromatic compounds off gas, and you can smell them, yeah. So I'm guessing this story will have something to do with rain. Let's get into it, shall we? Yeah. Here we go. Contains heavy themes and flashing images. Sure. So, please do be careful. F for full screen. Mouse wheel for rollback. Sure. Escape for menu. Okay, so Elizabeth's Petrichor. Elizabeth's Petrichor. Sorry, I read that wrong. The girl. The tears of an old god fall on my shoulders. Thunder shakes the ground. Cracks of lightning split the aether. I pull my dirty blade, crouching to cut the neck of a white lily. Dark, bubbly conglomerations drift between branches. They taunt me. They're always taunting me. I cradle the lily in my hands. Have I hurt you? She stares back, silent. Another crack and I lose my balance. I crash to sticks and leaves. They crack too. The lily is thrown to some dark corner of the forest. It happens again. I'm so sorry. Her face, already forgotten. The lily's face? Like, the lily? I don't even remember seeing a lily. Is this a lily? Maybe it's an abstract painting of a lily. The girl, silence. For just a moment, the rain falls harder. Is the girl saying this, or is this a narrator? For just a moment, the rain falls harder. I gaze up through thick what? Oh, okay. Maybe this is a view from underneath the canopy of a forest. I think that's what's going on here. It is for your own good. I'll remember for you. Okay, here's the thing. I don't like this phrase, it's for your own good. I think a lot of people use this phrase to justify something that they want to do themselves. And it's usually only ever for their own good, right? Not for your own good, but their own good. Even if they have good intentions, they're still subjectively saying, I know what's best for you. And I think life is such a subjective experience that maybe, just maybe, no one else can really say what's best for you, what's for your own good. Instead, I think I'll remember for you is probably a much better response, whatever is happening here. The forest insists, again. It's always telling me. The forest. We must continue. We really don't have to. Don't let the forest tell you what you have to do, okay? It's your life. You can live it. You don't have to let trees tell you what to do. They're just trees. What are they gonna do? Photosynthesize in the bright sunlight? Store sugars? Burn sugars for their night cycle reactions? No. They're not gonna move. They're not gonna force you to do anything. You don't have to continue if you don't want to. You can turn around at any point. The trees aren't gonna stop you. Its voice snaps me from my daze. I scramble to my feet. There's nothing more I can do. I have to go. You really don't have to. This is a nice path. I wander onwards, treading guide stones, listening intently to the storm. I study its rhythm. I count the seconds between flash and thunder. You can actually do that to roughly calculate the distance a lightning strike is from your location. The neat thing about that is light travels much more quickly than sound, right? Light travels at roughly the speed of light. And sound, well, it's slower than the speed of light. So there are calculations for that. You can conduct yourself, you can calculate that for yourself, and see how close or how far away a storm is, roughly. The storm maintains a careful distance. With each step, I rub the sole of my boot against the guide stones, committing my weight only after I've found grip. You rub the sole of your boot against the guide stones. Okay, okay. So these guide stones are the pathway here. I guess each one of these is a guide stone, and we're making sure that we're treading on a guide stone instead of getting lost in a forest trail. That actually happened to me recently. The trail was overgrown. Obviously, it hadn't been maintained over the seasons, or it hadn't been cut back yet. So I ended up almost getting lost for a couple minutes, thinking, oh, I know where I am. I've looped back on myself, and this place is familiar. It wasn't. I hadn't looped back on myself just yet. Although, I did later. And I figured it out after a while. But it would have been nice to have some guide stones. They are old and damaged. Some split open as ravines for colonies of moss. Some are split completely in two. You're lucky she left them for you? Oh no, I wouldn't say that. The veins of this world. Yeah. Something flashes in my mind. The same, but long ago. Tell me about it. Yeah. Tell me about these supernatural visions the thunderstorm is giving you. I will guard it. Well, I made it only to the bridge before she found me. Dragged me back home by the arm, yelling about some shadow. I watched the guide stones trail me till we reached the garden. She said the shadow hunts. I have to assume that there's actually a shadow hunting people in whatever world this world is. Wherever we are in this game of Petrichor, this visual novel, there is a sentient shadow hunting people, yeah. A sentient shadow that is hunting through the nights. Somewhere in this forest. Nameless, formless. It has a name, it's a shadow. It has a form, it's a shadow. But I knew. Your fabrications do not go unnoticed. Oh. Now that's something there, isn't it? We are fabricating the shadow. The shadow would not exist if we had not fabricated it. Very interesting. The forest claws at truths, begging to twist them up. Yes. Truths? Have you convinced even yourself? Ooh. Shadows do not hunt. This path was made for you. We've got some good options here. Truths. I don't believe I know anything that I could call a truth in this world. I'm not even a solipsist, right? Solipsists believe that, you can justify your own existence, that you can know that your own self exists. I'm not so convinced of that, so I would probably answer this one. Truths? Have you convinced even yourself? I shake my head. I won't listen. I have nothing to prove to you. And you can't. Of course not, Lilith. Ooh, Lilith. Lilith, the mother of demons. Somehow I keep finding these games which are slightly biblical in nature. I wonder if there's something there to the Lilith naming. Yeah. The name sends chills down my spine. She is the mother of demons. I won't listen. Good thunder. A bolt of lightning splits taunters, crashing against treetops. Time still remains between them. And now between thunder and lightning. I follow its electric light and trek on down the path. Careful, Lilith. Light could lead you astray. Mr. Frodo! Don't follow the lights! These stones are the only guide you need. Right. They're guide stones, so let's follow the guide stones themselves. Yeah? But how will I see my way? You don't need to. Just follow the hardness underneath your feet. Forest trails, especially in the rain like this, like I don't know how many people have hiked in the rain like this, but they get pretty muddy and soft. So if there are stones along a path, those are usually pretty good indicators of where to go. And you'll feel them underneath your boots. I hope you're hiking in boots. Don't hike in sneakers or ill-fitting shoes. For the love of God, please do not hike in high heels. Rustling begins in bushes. A squirrel, probably. Or maybe a shadow. Out here hunting us. It's best to keep moving. Yes, we don't want the shadow squirrels to get to us. I hold my balance through slippery step. Still butterflies find my heart. My mind skips a beat, and another, and two more. My fear picks fights with reality. I feel like I'm having a heart attack. Misstep, falling, smashing into guide stones. Okay, maybe you should have kept your eyes open. Red, oozing blood washed away by tears. My broken corpse by lilies waned. Your dramatics will not distract our journey. That's right. Obviously, we're not having an actual heart attack. We don't have tachycardia. Our heart isn't skipping that many beats. Your dramatics are distracting us from our journey, so could you please stop, Lilith? Let us get on with our journey and find where the Petrichor lies. A crack overhead electrifies my reason. I blink once and then once more. How silly. Fate spells your name. The Fates don't really spell names, they cut and measure threads. But okay. Figuratively, Fate is spelling your name. Fate spells many things. They measure many things. Fate spells your name. Hyde? I stand before myself, frantically corralling thoughts into neat lines? Is that what that said? 12 pits form in my stomach. How many stomachs do I have, right? Maybe I'm a cow. Maybe Lilith, the mother of all demons, is a cow demon with a 4-chambered stomach, which is still technically only one stomach. But I could see 12 pits forming in a 4-chambered stomach much more easily than I could see a pit or 12 pits forming in one chambered stomach. It's only 3 pits per chamber of stomach when you have 12 pits. That makes a lot more sense to me. I'm still not sure what's worse. What? Compared to what? We're really gonna leave it off there? Okay. We round a corner, coming upon a tree felled in our path. Its body is carved into, skin flayed at random. Trees do not have skin. Blood and water pool beneath its form, spilt in equal parts. I'm going to take this literally, okay? This tree has both skin and blood, and the blood is pulling beneath its form. Maybe it's a treant, right? One of those Tolkien ents. And it's Treebeard here, lying across the forest trail, and it is bleeding to death. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a bleeding tree. It's not so much a tree at all, in fact. It's an organism highly adapted to look like a tree, like some kind of giant stick insect. Who would do such a thing? Close your eyes, child. This you must not see. Yes, don't look at the dead tree. Those aren't natural. But a quiet curiosity wedges them open. I tread closer, slow and uncertain. A shrill cry battles for earshot against the storm. Its familiarity only unsettles me further. My unconscious surfaces. Bubbling intention drives me forward. I wade puddles, grapple the trunk with frog palms, bark pressing hard into my skin. No, we are not touching a trunk. We're not touching bark. We're touching tree skin. Remember, keep it, keep it consistent here, okay? If it has skin, it has skin. If it has bark, it has bark. And, just to make sure that we all know, I am now part frog. I have frog palms. I stumble, planting my feet, nearly falling atop the cry's source. Thick branches lay scattered, ravaged. I scan wide-eyed till she catches my gaze. Daisy? The sprite struggles beneath the leaves of a heavy branch. I rush to her. Oh, it's a little fairy. Lily? Thank goodness. I'd looked all over. Please help me out from here. No. She is a deception. Helping her will bring us only trouble. Right. Never trust the Fae in the forest. Remember that, folks. Fae are tricksters. They will try and deceive you. It doesn't matter if they'll do exactly what they say they will. They'll do it in a deceptive way. It'll usually be at your expense. The forest words barely register as I wield my blade against the tangled mess. We really should not be helping a fairy. I carve a path, her liberation. And with gasp as the final branch releases its grip, her unburdened wings flutter faster till she shoots into the sky, never to be seen again. That's the best outcome. Thank you, Lily. It's been so long. I fear I've become unwelcome in this place. You are unwelcome. Fae folk are unwelcome here in this forest. She pulls twigs from blonde curls. Of course you're welcome here, Daisy. This is our home. It isn't. Oh, Lily, this isn't our home. This isn't anywhere. You're dead, Lily. You're dead like that tree back there. The storm starts another fit. Daisy dodges a branch blown astray. It's not safe for me. It may not be for you either. Sweet Lily, do you remember the garden? Of course, Daisy. What's going on? You're scaring me. Would you meet me there? We'll be safe from the storm. I'll tell you everything I know. Her cheer has faded wearily. I've known this urgency before. Okay, Daisy. I'll meet you there. I promise. You'll do no such thing. Thunder snaps and Daisy blinks into aether. I close my eyes, and then open them again. What do you mean? Why not? Forget the Fae. We must continue. It's right. My head drops and then raises. I told Daisy I'd meet her at the garden. I promised. She is a childish figment, nothing more. She's my friend. You'll not make it there without my guide. And who has guarded you all this way? Both of these are very, manipulative answers, right? Obviously, we can't trust the forest either. If the forest starts talking to you, and you're not on some kind of spirit quest, probably don't listen to it. And even if it does talk to you while you're on a spirit journey of some sort, don't really trust it. That's probably not for the best either. These are such manipulative answers. I don't like either of them. But it is true, we have guarded her all this way. God, that's the more manipulative of the two, isn't it? Let's be factual here. We're the only one keeping her away from the deceptions of the Fae, so you'll not make it there without my guide. I have to try. I need to meet her. Before the forest's next retort, I turn on my heels and climb back over the fallen trunk. It's not a trunk. It's the bones of a tree, thank you. I'm a long way from the garden. It's been years since I last passed through. Once I reach the bridge, my journey will illuminate. It'll be just a skip and a jump from there. Your naivety will only lure you deeper. That is exactly what the Fae do. They will lure you deeper into the world of the Fae, and you'll never find your way out of the forest again. I ignore the forest's grumbles as I begin against its path. I warned you, young one. I warned you. As I retrace my innumerable steps, I realize I've lost what brought me out here to begin with. Of course, I could talk of all my recent adventures, the Toad's Masquerade, the waterfall incident. But truthfully, even my last time in the garden is hazy and half forgotten. And though the rain has most certainly come and gone, the notion of its absence is foreign. Like something I've conjured, all on my own. I pass by trees I've seen a dozen times, and yet their faces all new. And what of Daisy? Where has she been all this time? Child, you must believe me. I'm starting to trust the forest. I probably shouldn't, but I do. It obviously does not want this child to wander off into the forest, where the Fae live. You are better. You are better to turn back. You will not like what you find. I don't know what she'll like, and I can't say if she would be better. But I will say that we probably understand this little child better than we can say what is better for her. So, you will not like what you find. Scorn parts for desperation, then desperation for silence. With its leave comes the river's rush, wild water egged on by storm. The bed indulges in all that is fed. Like the riverbed? That's kinda neat. I like that. I see in my mind its drooling mouth bite at its banks, at the bridge. Rain falls harder. You sorely mistake my intention. I continue quickly on my way, ignoring the advice of the wise and gentle forest. Coming upon the river, I feel some premonition, a warning, like the one that's been given to me continuously by the forest itself. I touch my side, checking my sheathed dagger stands by. Up ahead, I got struck by lightning because I was holding a dagger. I fly backwards into mud, electrified. My body feels numb. A dull splosh as my body and ground collide. Pain streaks across me. Great, another dress ruined. How will I ever explain this? Looking up, smoke and flames engulf the river. Seared planks sizzle in the downpour. The river sweeps up my hope and carries it away as debris. It spits furiously, mockingly at its banks. It's even worse than I'd imagined. That bridge was generations old. It's the only way to the garden. Dense raindrops break on my shoulders. Emotions circle and swarm. I don't understand. The blaze begins to rise, unbothered by the deluge. There's nothing left but a... Is that a biblically accurate angel? The being looks down on me. My ears ring with the divine. Little girl. It is a biblically accurate angel. You'll not make it alone. Don't you remember? My heart yearns for you. This is a creepy angel. To aid you. I'm a stone, wide eyes frozen. A ravenous smirk warps his holy veil. I will guard your fate. With your promise, I may ferry you across. I stare up through terror. My head jitters from side to side. Hurry now. Time runs thin. What does he want? I bury my face in my hands, mumbling a prayer I've never heard. Please. Please leave me on my way. Little girl, who do you pray to? I am the one you need. Take my hand. I feel a warmth appear before me. Light creeps between my fingers. My heart pounds. I need to run. I need to run. I need to run. He comes upon me. Be not afraid. Soon, my darling, all of this will end. See your demon, Lilith. Do not give in. The lightning strikes from within my chest. My legs, I can't. My shaky hand reaches out. He grabs me. He pulls me in. The world falls away. I sink into something warm and weightless. A sea of light. My body grows hard and tense. My neck, it crawls inside. It severes my link. Ooh, that one hurts. It severs my link. My heart sinks. I knew it. Gods, don't shut me out now. At last, the trail burns hot. There's something yet to find in this limbo land. Please, you know that she's not far. Go home, Lilith. No, old thing, I will not. This horror may yet spawn our savior. I will leave no sooner than the girl. I intend to see this through. Okay, so the girl was a host to Lilith, the mother of all demons, and the angel came to sever Lilith from the girl. I see, okay. You will not have a choice. As you know, God does not like free will. Her fate is long sealed. Your home lies not with her. That's the truth. If this is Lilith that we're talking to as an angel, I assume we're the angel. Then your home lies not with her. Come, let us forget the spirited charade. You will have no luck dragging us back down that endless daze. You refuse reality. You ignore my place. I'm an angel. But we actually do care about free will. We shall see. I open my mouth, but find no words. Thoughts flicker and flutter about my mind. Something is not right. That was no devil. You would not dare allow such disease into your realm. The apparition was your making. The Nephilim's presence is your own doing. Ooh, talking about the Nephilim now. That's true. It is kind of Lilith's doing. My creation is but reflection. I do only what is required. Are you twisted, bent, broken? A little. How dare you orchestrate such mockery? Does her venture to the garden threaten you so? What mockery? The child took to him as long ago. She continues as his dutiful lamb. What could I possibly do to deter? Is the little girl Eve? If I didn't know better, old thing, I'd think you jealous. And I'd think you wounded. As I begin my retort, the sea of light begins to dissipate. Oh, she recovers. Blessed. Open your eyes. My eyelids peel off. My body trembles. I have literally peeled my eyes off. Yeah, just the lids, yeah. Like, skinning a grape. That's what they look like now. My body trembles. I'm in the forest. More so, I have crossed the river. The creature has disappeared. The fiery bridge is nothing but waterlogged wood collected against river banks. My head throbs. How had I made it? What have I done? I try to collect myself, but my pieces are scattered and scorched. I am literally body pieces on the forest floor. My arm is to the left of me, my joker's to the right, and here I am, stuck in the middle with myself. My mind's eye squints through an angel light. His light is hungry, devouring, "The Lord hungers." I stumble forward, holding my head, literally holding my head in my hands as I was pieces on the forest floor. Something rattles, then it falls. Probably a piece of me. It absorbs the sea of light and leaves only one thing. A smile. A face. Hello there. No. What? What is this? I'm wasting time. I've got to keep moving. The forest path leads my charge, having hopped over the river on its own. I'm sure it carried me with it. I spend a moment reminding myself what I'm doing. I spend another two thinking how stupid I was. A rustling in the bushes. Probably a squirrel. It's close. Definitely not the hunting shadow. Oh, absolutely. Go towards it. Go towards the rustling in the bushes, which is definitely not a shadow hunting you. I follow the forest instruction. My legs wobble under me. Ripples in a puddle show something passing through, but it's already long gone. I step forward, peering beyond the bushes and into the forest. It's dark. Low taunters abstract closer shapes I'd otherwise have hope of making out. Useless. The ripples disappear too, leaving only my reflection. I look, horrifying. Oh, I'm a hideous monster. She's almost recognizable, like someone I once knew. I raise my hand. Hello? She stares blankly at me. Don't I know you? Raindrops fall over her image, vanishing before impact. I stare almost cross-eyed at the unwavering expression. My mind wanders. Then, as I begin dragging it to shore so that I may move on from the strange girl, her hand reaches out. It hovers and waits just below the puddle's surface. She wants something. Your blade. It rests still at my side. It is all I have. Give it to her. Against my better judgment, I bend over the water and listen to the voice talking to me in my head. I hand it my only protection in this world, a small metal blade. Maybe you need this more than me. The roar of the storm is drowned by my intrigue. I pull my dagger and hold it over. Her hand begins to move. First, closer to the surface, and then through it. She extends her form into my world, appearing not as image, but flesh. Her wrinkled hand wraps mine and I begin to let go. Ah yes, okay, so we're going to get pulled into a mirror world. Obviously we should not have done this. This is another one of those fey tricks, right? Like, the lady in the lake. She's actually there to drown Sir Arthur, not to give him Excalibur. But as I do, she grips tighter, and then pulls. My weary state is slow to respond, only finding the will to struggle once my face has already crashed into the water. It contains an impossible depth. The girl floats down, continuing to pull. I hold my breath. My shoulders sink next, and then my chest, and my stomach, and within a fraction of a moment, I am sunk. I'm dragged into abyss. Our identical outfits blob like jellyfish. I long for the sea. We fall deeper and darker until I no longer see her shape. Deeper and darker until I no longer feel her grip. Until my blade has vanished. Until... I pull my blankets up over me. Darkness creeps over my walls. No, it's not right. My eyes go big and wide. and 100 little glitter bugs dance through my window. I watch them and pretend to wave, but really, I keep my hands snuggled under the covers. It's time to read my book. But what should I read? 101 Facts About Fairies. Ruth's Rainy Day. Let's read the non-fiction, okay? Yeah, we need to know how to protect ourselves from fae. My favorite. I grab 101 facts about fairies from my bedside and slide myself under the blankets. 1,000,000 hours go by. And eventually I turn to dust because 1,000,000 hours have gone by. And eventually I reach the last page. Fact 101. Fairies will sometimes play mean tricks on travelers using wisps. Quiet lights zoom round above me. They make the bed cave brighter. I reach one hand out to put back my book. I really don't like how it auto-advances on those. It might be a Ren'Py issue. You know, the visual novel program. Hello? I watch through linen, the light of the glitter bugs flee. Is anyone there? Oh, it's the forest again. The puddle spits me out, blade in hand. My dress grows scornful, as its threads are drowned in mud once more. My body cries. The images play in my mind. A room, a girl, a book, the dark. Where are you from? My head falls limp from my neck, my hair dips in mud. What is left of my mind seems to drip from brown curls, sinking. Do you see, Lilith? Do you see? The tale is played out. Your only path is with me. The forest speaks in muffled words. It mocks me. Oh, sorry. Your only path is with me now. There, I think I did better. You did this to me. I'm not your enemy. Liar! The word ravishes my throat. I scream. What are you? God of old, forest guardian? The rain, the thunder? The angel? Tell me! Silence. Child? I try to rub the images from my eyes. I throw myself around, dunking my face in the pool of mud. Why are you dunking your face in a pool of mud? It forces its way through the split in my lips. It coats the wall of my mouth and pins my tongue. You're drinking mud. It burns. Are we sure it's mud? I scream into it, forcing myself out as I sputter up unhallowed filth. Lily, if you follow me back, all will be well. You will be safe. You did this to me. Listen. Your desire threatens the sanctum. See it now. Mud drips from my face, falling at my half-submerged knees. My dress is ripped around one side. The muffled voice is weak. It is stupid. I do not look. I stare wide-eyed into blurry oblivion. Silence. It stares back. It knows everything that I do not. And it refuses to tell. As it should. There are things you need not know, little girl. Fine. My eyes refocus. I return to the world. It is blue and gray and despicable. Despicable. And still it cries, gods. Oh, a glowing forest beast. Before me, the spindly corpse of a deer is strewn over a guide stone. Red, oozing blood washes away tears, forming its own puddle. Actually, I think that's just sap, you know. This isn't actually a deer. It's a tree that is shaped like a deer, yeah. So it actually has bark and sap. Yeah, and a trunk. Do you see what I speak? Because I do not. Please tell me what I'm trying to tell you. Your refusal brings this blight. It will follow you till the end. It is your hunting shadow. You must come back. If not for your sake, then for the forest's. Or have you already forgotten? And now you mock? Do you think me stupid? I think you dependent. I feel like that's a little bit too judgmental. Child, you are in too deep. I think you're dependent. I really can't say if she's in too deep. I think you are dependent. You know nothing of me. Obviously I do. Child, I know everything. I stare at the body through an ocean of static. There's nothing between us but time. Rain falls, my mind floats. Face the makings. Wow, 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 wow. The voice of God melts my brain. My boots splash in stupid puddles as I wander over. 1,000 images flash against my days. The past, the present, the future? I don't care. Getting closer, the puddles under me grow increasingly crimson. Blood drops cling to black leather. She lies there, motionless. What more did she expect? We exchanged no words, for there's nothing left to say. My expression doesn't shift even a centimeter. I blink. It's time to go. I'm careful to step over the thing as I continue. 1,000 more steps. Puddle visions tumble round. Each crash brings my eyes further to a close. I'm sluggish. My pace is shattered. I don't know how much longer I can go on. A sign of the times. Lilith, your spirit falters. Stop with these names, inhabitor. The forest's reverse passing is no longer of any interest. My steps make quiet sounds. It is for their own good. Though as I continue, I find them making sounds louder than I expect. They grow anxious, bumpy, almost serving. I turn. The dead deer has followed me. Yeah, okay, it actually has. The deer who moments ago lay lifeless trottles behind me, her broken body barely mended. Another of the forest's tricks, I'm sure. Leave me alone. I return to my path, my guide stones, Daisy's words. I will make it to the Garden of Eden, but still she follows. I bite. What do you want? The thing stares blankly. Hello? I don't have time for you. Speak your intention or leave me be. It turns to me, glowing green eyes. My provocation is received. Her eyes light up. Blue light seeps from their sockets. She speaks borrowed words. How do you think you found yourself here, child? There was no warning, nothing to heed. The stones may lead you away, but so too did they bring you to me. My nose twitches. I'll have no part in your riddling. I turn to leave, but she continues. That creature, the angel, don't you recognize him? Do you? It ignores me, again. His blinding light, his full feathered wings, his bloodlust smile. There are some angels which were classically depicted as, warriors, keen on battle. I'm going to say his full feathered wings. I like this angel. Did she not tell you? Do you truly not see? Yes, trust your own eyes. My temper boils. My hand shakes as it hovers at my blade. In an instant, I'm electrified. Again hit by thunder, or hit by lightning. See what? Do you have aim beyond provocation? You claim to be my savior, yet your bile serves only erosion. You use my name while speaking past. You blame me for the world I inhabit. I grip the hilt. I narrow my eyes. Tell me, old thing, what is it you beg for me to see? Are you pleased, Lilith? You've cast your fire upon this spirit. Your righteous path belongs to him. Are you pleased, Lilith? See what you've done to this innocent. It happens in blink. I become projectile, an arrow whistling at its neck. Though try as I might, through expression or action, my threat is unheeded. The deer stands idle. I spit confusion from my lips. I scream. I am upon it. I raise my blade. The ground drops. I claw at sticks and leaves. The deer has laid a trap for me. It dug a classic pitfall, and I fell right into it. They forsake me. And before another moment, my limp form tumbles from the bank and into the pond. I should have warned you, child, to watch your step. I watch waterside, the girl, soon vanishing altogether. I reach out, though my hand hovers idly. I'm confident in this, in her, and yet, I can only pray. Splash. Ooh. This is interesting. It's recorded on an old Nokia phone. 2 megapixel resolution. This is fantastic. I really enjoy this. So I have to assume that this is actual, like, real-life images of someone hiking in the rain. Recording it on, I guess, some kind of ancient phone. Or maybe it's animated. This looks more animated. I don't think I've seen water quite like this, although it looks pretty realistic. Oh, I am torn. The poor resolution is just messing with my mind. Up the path we go. I really am torn. This could be really high-end graphics that have been, like, butchered through some kind of low resolution, or it could be actual, like, hiking footage. And the light goes out. A window, a door. I really can't tell. It's 50-50 for me. I'm not sure what's going on here. We're at a home. Mother? Mother, are you home? Nothing. The pits in my stomach bore out through my skin. All 12 of them. I shouldn't be here. I pat at my body, bone dry. I'm now above unanswerable questions. And besides, I don't feel the forest presence. Hello? Is someone here? Oh, I get to choose now. Let's check the open door. Oh. This photo, I don't remember it. Mother and I stand forefront. And I don't want to talk about this. I see. It turned into a game. This is the key to my room. What's it doing out here? Can I take it? The curtains twist around themselves, forming little gaps. I have to be careful. They're watching. Sure they are. Okay, then I guess here. I wrap my fingers around the face of the handle. Cold meets my warmth. and it refuses. I don't understand. The handle is caught. I twist again. Tink, tink. Locked. Did someone fix it? Use key. I force the door's concession, and before I know it, I've stepped through. As the door's absence passes through me, my vision glazes over, my arm droops and drags. In place of my bedroom surrounds cold, rough enclosure? Dark but for a hole in its roof, a moonlight passage. The dim light reveals nothing of note. Its body is insufficient. The weight begs me from my survey. I turn back. I scream. Her hand, rotting and oozing, clings to mine. Our fingers interlock. My key is useless. I pull my arm away, but it's no use. We are linked, inexplicably merged. I scream again, but only echoes respond. My arm throws itself up and down, up and down. Get out! Get out! Till the momentum of my struggle is sabotage, and I tumble over beside her. For a moment, I stare wide-eyed, her lifeless form. And then, so does she. Ellie. Help me. I don't want to. We're already linked. I guess I have to help her. My affirmation is an opening. My pores widen. I scream. The other's form dissipates, her constituent parts melting, and her molten self seeping up and into my arm. I scream again. Get out! Nails dig in, desperate claws digging at memory. I wail. Get out! Get out! Get out! My vision doubles, then flattens. Blue turns to red, then red to purple. Moon's light fills my mind. Her blessings fall upon the old god and its forest. The fairies gather and swarm, giggling as they gaze at her form. A banquet is prepared. A ritual begins. But as their ceremony undertakes, something begins to happen. Her light splits. It fractures. The old god trembles. A dozen gasps. A plate shatters against the earth. Then, with all eyes pinned, occurs the great desecration. Jagged, shadow wings erupt from her back. She wails. He smiles. Light turns to dark, raising all in its path. Horror turns to chaos, Fae helplessly scatter. And once his cackle subsides, there is nothing left. The end? No. By the time I find myself, the battle is long over. My world reduces to a single moment, at once both numbingly dull and violently overwhelming. Wings twice my size wrap my body round. My face is flushed red, my throbbing heart is voided by time slowed. Emotion is unbearable. I try to push away, wriggle free, but his embrace only tightens, his motion more insistent. What little remained of my pride is forced inside out. I don't know if I like the implications of what's going on here. Is this death? I hope so. I hope so. Black nothingness. The abyss. Oblivion. Then forest. The vision leaves, but with no time to breathe. I find myself back in the forest, running. Fury broils within. Vegetation flashes and blurs. I've strayed from the path. Yes, you have. I told you not to. The pact is buried. I hunt. I am the shadow now. Sticks and leaves shatter under my foot. From their trampled forms a new path is paved. There is no angel, no old god, no house. There is only me, the shadow. I skulk round a trunk and find her almost at my mercy. She stands idle, pathetic. My resentment bursts. You know, you could have just told me that I was the one who killed you. You weak thing. You childish freak. The animal startled turns to me, but I am already upon it. Chomp, chomp, chomp. My body throws itself, wrapping around the blood-filled beast. Sticks and leaves split violently under our tumbling weight. We crash against a tree. Throbbing radiates my skull. I climb over her crippled form. I hate you! I raise my weapon, my dagger, my pain. I don't even think. The blade sinks deep, and still I push it deeper. The deer cries out. Blood splatters. I pull my blade and raise it again. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you! I pull my blade and raise it again. I pull my blade and raise it again. I pull my blade and raise it again. I pull my blade and raise again. Enough. Child. Enough. You have debased the cycle. Your fate is deserved. Get out! Get out of my head! Fine. I breathe heavy against her neck. Goodbye, Lilith thing. Enjoy your cycle. I stare wide-eyed. What have I done? Time passes. The world stands still. A light appears through the trees. My body locks. It shuts me out. I watch its refusal from afar. No. No. Light grows, creeping between branches. Forest? Forest, please forgive my transgressions. Surely I cannot deserve this. Please. I try to wake the girl, but she can't hear me. Her fate is long sealed. Please. Lily. Please. Oh gods. Not again. Please not again. Please not. The light of oblivion. Oh my darling. Blood clings his lips as they widen into smile. Satisfaction. What have you done? His wings move to envelop me. His hands move to... Enough. You've made your point, old thing. Well and truly. Are you sure, Lilith? I'm sure we could go for another couple cycles. We've made it this far. No matter her knowledge, no matter what she has now seen, we will make it to the garden. I suggest you stand aside. Surely you jest. This doesn't end until you concede. The spirit is intertwined. I will follow her back. Naming me leech will not release my bite. So you admit your part. At last the act falls. You want to talk of acting, old thing? What of your visions? Your spindled corpses? You leave me no choice. You guard your cycle by driving the spirit into madness. Is it your forced hand or self-interest? What is your stake in this world? Your stake in the girl? And the games return. I will cast her back upon the path. But why? What do you want? We are not so different, Lilith. We all have our part to play. But yours is not of this world. Enough of you resides here already. I agree wholeheartedly, old thing. That is why I return. She need not run this maze forever. Then what of this world? What of the girl? Shouldn't you know? This isn't only about me. My absence will not threaten you. If you allow me my path, I'll go in peace and take my spirit with me. You'd see my world as ash. Forget it. The girl was right. I have nothing to say to you. The gate must be just up ahead. We will do this together. Gods, myself is thrown back to the forefront, screaming. My heart races, my head pounds. I reach for it and find my face wet with tears. My vision's the river. I look around. This is not where I had been. My gaze turns up. The forest tears drip from leaf to leaf, skipping and dancing, till they slide over, falling upon my face. My heart slows. My eyes close. The angel. I try to calm, but I can't help it. I weep. I weep until every last droplet of light has fallen from my eyes. And once the last drop has fallen, a woman dives in after me, pulling me out of the forest pond. She wanders the forest. She argues with the silly old fool. Until now, I'd only felt her in fleeting moments, colored memories. But in this, she is so clear, so real. She knows me, this place, and yet... My eyes open. The trees mimic themselves. I know this stretch. The final bend. The forest's maw. Twig teeth wait anxiously to gnaw on passers-by. That gate has its saliva-ridden tongue. I came from here. I remember. An ache begins in my legs. A tremor in my arm. I step forward. I feel the forest breath against my face, and then my back. I reach for the gate. My regurgitation is at hand. You're going to vomit on the gate? Okay. It wouldn't surprise me at this point. What do we have here? Arrow? Chaotic unsymphony clatters about the wind chime. Cacophony is the word for that. Its senseless ringing only further derails my thoughts. Each clash cues a new vision, jumping from deer corpse to angel light to creaky door. I trace my fingers along their thread. A trail of fear and horror weaves through my life. The implications are clear. That much now is beyond denial. But still, till the time presents itself, I will try. I sigh heavy. What could turn man to such a beast? Oh, there's even more now. Fantastic. I wish I could rest, though even if I lay down, I suspect I'd wake just as tired. We already read that. We already read all this. Yes, I sigh. Things are awful. Humans are beasts. Whatever. A weeping angel. How fitting. Daisy rests quietly in... Oh, it's Daisy. Hi, Daisy. Daisy rests quietly in the garden's corner. I feel my body loosen, though there is no game afoot, and her friends are nowhere to be seen. This garden is not the one of my young life. Memories of the other runs scattered about my mind. They're still in there, barely. Her eyelids creep open. My thoughts must have caught her attention. It seems there is nothing sacred in this place. Daisy? Oh, Lily. You've been here so long. Thank gods you're safe. The journey here was so hard. Please, Daisy, help me understand. I've held my ground, but I'm so afraid. The forest is too stubborn for its own good. The angel stalks me through dreams, and I think there is another seeping into my mind, or out of it. Or maybe I seep from her mind. Am I real? Are these visions to be trusted? I try to hold my composure, but it all comes rushing out. My legs weaken beneath me. What am I doing here? Who are these creatures that crave my subjugation? My words sputter. My eyes swell. Snot dribbles from my nose. Have I done something wrong? What did I do? The storm howls like wolves. I'm guessing we're a fragment of Lilith, the mother of all demons. Yeah. I cry out. Please, Forrest, I'm sorry. Please let me go. I'm sorry. And we're trying to get back to the Garden of Eden, which we have. Only things are different now. Shrunken hands cover my face. A deep blue sorrow forms in my palm. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Her voice trails, her head begins to dotter. She's run to her ends. She's done more than could be asked. Forgive me, Lily. The storm settles. Grumpy must be a little behind. What do you think you're doing? Over the garden, by her grace and might, comes Moon's reprise. Storm parts by force to reveal her form, whole and full and unbroken. As stars glisten with anticipation, cosmic eyes eager for absolution. Lily lowers to her knees, then curls over on her side. Her tears cease. Moon's light carries her to the dreamless sleep. As honest substitution, the light casts back down a woman, strong, tall. Honest substitution? There is no such thing. This will not go how you hope. There is no such thing. Her head adorned with flowers, her dress decorated by patchwork celestials. She wields in one hand a blade, clean and sharp. She looks around. She knows this place. Moreover, she knows what happens next. It is time. So it is. It is time. Cruelty and contradiction leak from some invisible tear. It is too bright to make out. My stomach sinks to my boots. Step forward. With certain will, I reach out. My hand shakes as it approaches the tear. My fingers spasm, almost refusing autonomously. In spite, my arm pushes through and I pull away. Light comes seeping from the tear. It drips and flows across an invisible form, slowly penetrating its shroud to create something material. Pale, ethereal wings unfold behind him, blocking my exit. Blood drips from his mouth. He smiles. Little one, it is time to fulfill our bond. Come to me. Let me hold you. Be still as I take what is mine. I stand frozen, without fight or flight. Am I prepared for this? In my hesitation, he lunges. His outstretched hand grapples my throat. I croak. Please. You've lost your way. You've forsaken your blood. I remember. The storm gathers around us. His hand grips tighter. He looks deeper. Air fails to reach my lungs. You should have known better, Lilith. And you? You. His eyes dig deep into mine. Twisted divinity penetrates my veins. He knows. I see you, Lilith. I see you in there. You were always too weak. Pain overcomes me. This is for your own good, Lilith. My vision gives way. I say a silent prayer. Not long, not long. As desperate hands fall by my side, clouds of glitterbugs swarm the false prophets. They eat away his guise, his wings fall tattered. He is not just a man, and barely even that. I see you, scum. Go, Lily, this is your chance. Begone, you intolerable mites. Something wretched tears through Lily's throat? I'm thrown backwards, inhaling scorched air. A dull thud as I'm reacquainted with the ground. Yes, we go ways back. The glitterbugs are incinerated, but their work not undone. Sizzle and crackle return, and so does something more. I breathe in and back out. Blank, 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 blank stands before me. Rage burns within. He wails. I could almost drool. Adam? Is it Adam? A grin creeps across my face. I have waited for this a very long time. I rub my eyes. My blurred vision reveals not blank 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 blank's outline, but the blaze he burns within. It all comes together. Blood binds the seams. I've seen this before. I remember the words. I struggle to my feet. I struggle more to stay there. Again. I reach for my side, pulling my blade. Again. I make for the scourge. My boots stamp mud. Our eyes lock through inferno. He cackles. He screams. Hail her reclamation! Her gift of blade and broken sight. To come all this way searching my face. You yearn as I do. See what you will, speak what you will, but know this. Your blood will always be. Blah. Pixie squeal and Axehead interrupt his speech. A craze of unimaginable bloodlust paints Daisy's expression. I grin and snicker, and then lunge. The dagger plunges into his chest. Blah. I pull my blade and raise it again. 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 Though blank blank blank's remaining unminced eye stares still into mine, there remains no more life behind it. It's done. Goodbye, Adam. Before us, blank 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 blank's body cracks and crumbles to a cloud of deep red dust. His ash falls to the ground, mixing with muddy puddles. Ash to ash, and dust to dust. Dust turns to droplet. Tears turn to blood. Streaks spill across the soil like veins. I stare through sorrow. What could leave such a grievous stain? Tears fall from my cheeks. They too join the potion. And when they do, the blood begins to dance around itself, reflecting the world around me. A familiar face stares back. Constellations light up her eyes. My lips curl, her eyes narrow. You. The blood cackles, it spits. Nothing more than subconscious machination. The fire once before me now burns from within. Are you okay, Lily? No, I don't think I am. I brace, but the tension only dissipates. Yes, I'm okay. Thank you as ever, Daisy. This is just like old times, isn't it? Perhaps a little more successful. She smiles with an energy I've not felt since I was little. You're free now, Lily. The angel is a relic. The old god has no say over you. Go make as many demons as you want. This is your chance to build anew. Daisy, I swear it on the moon above that when my world is grown, I'll make a place for you there. You and all the others, I promise. She giggles. I know, Lily. I'll be there when you call. In the meantime, I have all the stars to explore. Be strong, Petal. We'll see you again soon. As the rain dies, I cast my gaze toward the sky. Cloud cover encroaches on the moon's peeking eye. Oh, Lilith, for all that I have done, I am your savior, your guide. After all this time, do you truly not see? You've trampled sacred ground for a cause long lost. I don't like either of these. But the second is probably more true. You will not make it alone. You are cursed. You are banished. I turn back to the forest. For all you have done, Demiurge, you're a shameless puppeteer. Do not mistake me. For your aid, I am in your debt. The spirit is in your debt. But you have not been savior for a long while. You have only kept me down. I respect your place, your time, but not this cycle. Say what you will, old thing. I will not come back. We shall see. I breathe in. I pull the fire from my body and guide it to my hand. It dances like a pixie about my palm, and as I exhale, it travels skyward, moonward, and once it reaches the storm, it burns. Embers spit and scatter across the sky as power is returned to grace. Certain night is returned from the old god's haze. The moon shines across the forest. Bittersweet petrichor fills my lungs, and I leave this world behind. A story by this person. A very interesting story. Very, very interesting visuals. I picked this story largely for the visuals, but the story is very nice as well. Yes. The music... Oh... Kevin. Well, if that's the case, I might have to, do something about that. But that's okay. As far as visual novels go, I'm pretty sure this was pretty biblical in nature. Not necessarily biblical, but Abrahamic in nature. Yeah, that might be a better way of saying it. It, pertained to a lot of Abrahamic mythology, or, Judeo-Christian. I don't want to call it mythology and offend people, but you know what I mean, right? Those were the stories that probably inspired Lilith and blank, 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 or 4 blanks, whatever it was. The quest to get to the garden, which was probably the Garden of Eden. Lilith's banishment, Lilith's contract with the angel, who was a man and more, unfulfilled. Because Lilith was cast out for not being Adam's faithful bride. Yeah. That was essentially it. Then she mothered demons, which I guess they technically would fall under, Christian purviews of demons. It was a very interesting story. And we even had the demiurge in the end there. I don't know if, it's not quite what I was expecting, right? I was expecting more Cthulhu influences and less Christian ones. But I guess, it was a good story. There were a couple things that I did not like about the visual novel. For example, some of the text just advanced automatically. And I get that some of that might have been done for the purpose of creating tension. It was narratively purposed, right? But I do wonder if that was necessary, or if it was intentional in some places. And there were a couple spelling and grammar errors, which took me out of the moment. Otherwise, a very fun story. I would give it 4 out of 5 cigarettes. This has been Petrichor, Be Not Afraid, and I had a fantastic time with it. Go check it out on itch.io if you'd like to see what other options may cause the story to do. Yeah. I don't know how many endings there are. Maybe there's only this one. Maybe there are 12. Maybe there are 2,000. Maybe there are as many endings as there are cycles to this potential story. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed it. But for now, hide out.